Hey everyone, welcome back to part 7 of HuHu. I'm Ultraviolent4. In the last episode we picked up our second rune in Shoals. We also collected 78 javelins, all of whom have penetration. So you should be ready for some hardcore JAV action. In all seriousness though, these javelins should be very helpful in vaults. I'm thinking particularly of wardens and the other ones, not guardians, the other ones, sentinels. Both of which you want to kill. The sentinels because you don't want to be marked. You want to have other enemies between you and them, and the wardens because you don't want to be locked in. So it's very important that you can kill them and not be trapped. We're also going to have to be very careful of anything that has a hex here in vaults. We've got 2 pips of MR, and that's when I'm wearing my ring of the original sin, which is another MR ring. Apparently we don't get a second natural MR pip until level 27 as a human, which is a while off. So yeah, banish we want to avoid, paralysis especially we want to avoid, and we'll do the best we can with being marked with the sentinels, but I don't know, that's sort of hard to avoid. With 2 pips of MR, it's probably like a 70% or something, but we can check that. Just before I get going, let me check. Our resistances seem fine. Yeah, we have a gold dragon scales. Of course our resistances are fine, I knew that. We're training fighting, throwing armor shields, that's all fine. Before we get going, I wanted to share this with you from Jean-Francois Caron, who left me this comment. For throwing characters, it's really handy to set the following options in your RC file. You can see them there. Auto fight throw no move equals true, and auto fight throw equals true. So I don't like to use these because I'm too used to using my tab button to reposition my character, but I thought it's worth sharing. So if you use these 2 options, your character, instead of moving towards enemies when you press tab, will throw your projectiles at them. Some people like that. If nothing else, it means that you won't accidentally tab into the unknown or willingly tab into the unknown. Yeah, cool. Alright, and then I'll add this option here that you can also use. So you can use fire order, and this will set the order that your quiver automatically follows when you throw all your projectiles. So, for instance, this one would do your best things first, your launcher first, assuming you've got, a bow out, you probably want to fire arrows. Once your launcher ends, you do large rocks, javelins, boomerangs, stones, then nets. But you could do that the other way. You could have weaker ones first, so you might want to throw boomerangs, and then once you run out, do javelins, etc. So yeah, if you want to use those, they're quite handy. Okay, vaults, let's go. I'm scared. I don't like being here with this little MR. Do we have more? I feel like we have another MR ring in our game. I feel like I should probably have it, but we've had so much trouble with item slots. In case we do see an enemy that we have no choice but to fight, like banish elves, I think it would be smarter to have another MR ring. Let's go get one. There's one on D14. It's the smarter, safer play. Yeah, as great as +6 evasion is, let's not get paralyzed to death. This also means we could go to elf if we had both of those rings. It's kind of annoying though. I really just want a MR cloak. That would do it, that's all. That's not much to ask, right? Here's our first warden. I did say we're going to try to javelin those guys, but this one's not locking us in anywhere scary. So I'm okay with it. I'm going to force all the Yaktors to come to us. Oh yeah, do we have any stealth yet? No, we don't. Here's a lightning rod. No, we can't carry it. Plus, I'm not going to bother. Anything that we could lightning rod, we could also throw javelins. It's just the lightning rod has a bit of AoE, but the main way you use it is to try to snipe things that are standing at the back, like boggarts anyway. Where's my singing sword? Thank you. Do something. Ah, Convokers, that's another one. They're also good to be able to snipe if they're calling in enemies. It's not yet though. Okay, cool. How's our evocations is at 8. That's something maybe we should train more of too. Or not. I don't know. Why paralyze things when you can just impale them with spears anyway? Oh, acquirement. Okay, speaking of magic resistance cloaks, let's acquire one of those. What did we get? We acquired some sort of armor last time. It was crappy. They were gloves or something. I'm gonna go for armor again. I want an MR cloak. It's an artifact plate armor. It's a +8 plate armor of slaying +2. I think I'd rather keep our gold dragon scales. Gold dragon scales are heavier. We got +7 anyway, and then we have all the resistances that gold dragon scales gives. +2 slaying not required. That's odd. There were multiple fort guards there and we made a lot of noise. Alright, this is getting a bit scary. Let's have a look. 30% sentinels mark when we have 2 pips of MR. I would have thought it was a lot higher than that. Oh, maybe not. It's 10% when you have 3. Okay, never mind. I'm crazy. Alright, the really scary thing here, well, a lot of this is scary, but the thing that you might overlook is that a freezing wraith can slow you. And being slowed is very dangerous. So I'd like to try to get... Oh, we got marked. Okay, here we go. I'd like to try to get away from the freezing wraith and to see if we can kill it without being slowed. Really? I can't get both those guys at once. There we go. Nice. Okay, now we're no longer locked. Because we're marked and a lot of people might be running at us, I'm stepping back through that door. Get some harpies. Cool. I'm going to explore closer to where our exit is. This is something that I'm bad at because I'm lazy and I just auto-explore. But when you auto-explore a long way in one direction, and then if you need to retreat, say because you've been marked, back towards the stairs, if you have enemies that can run in from the sides, say through this door, from over here, you can very easily get trapped and die. So it is smarter to explore in circles around where your stairs are, especially if it's the first floor of a branch, because you literally only have one upstairs. Oh, great. An armor shop that has plain stuff. That's great. Witualo, I don't know how to say that. He has some pretty mediocre gear for sale. Okay, we've instantly been marked and we got the warden. Also, potentially the ogre mage has an 8% chance to paralyze us. Alright, this seems like a good time to be throwing javelins. Well, I want to get the warden. He's the most important one here, because especially while we're marked, we're locked in here. Alright, we got him. That's good. Keep throwing jabs. And again, we're still marked. We're going to start running back towards the exit. I'm running through the unknown. What am I doing? I don't know, I'm an idiot. It's a Jory shop. None of that really excites me. At the top is a fancy C invis ring, but we've got a C invis magic resistance ring already. So, yeah. more shops though. Hill Winds is nice. We have a lot of money. There's some mutation and some other things. Yeah. I was thinking I should just buy the agility potion, so we don't really need it. File of Floods. That'd be pretty great. I'm gonna delete Kyria's mail coat. I think it's true we're not going to be using that. File of Floods would be nice to have. Not like I remember to use it anyway. There are also multiple more Box of Beasts that we could buy. Alright, let's do that. Let's do some shopping. I'm going to go buy a Box of Beasts. The Wand of Digging, we've only got 2 charges. I think that's worth having. I'm going to buy it now because I'm probably going to forget. But yeah, you can't dig in vaults, but I really want those when we're not in vaults anymore. So let's do it now. What was the other thing I wanted? More Box of Beasts. Fan of Gales is good too. I should get that at some point. Or even more Box of Beasts. We've got 4 of them now. That's crazy. And what was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh yeah, but Box of Beasts is really bad with the Sing Sword. That's fine. You can Box of Beasts and then throw things. What was it? I should get the File of Floods. Our darts are still really good. I was thinking we probably don't need Curare, but it still is great. What don't we need? Potions of Magic are good too. All this stuff is really good. Damn it. I need all this stuff. I'm gonna drop the 1 acid. We'll come get it again if we find more acid. There you go. We'll have a File of Floods with us. Oh, I don't have enough gold for it. Okay, never mind. We'll carry the Wand of Acid. Alright. Never mind. Okay. I don't want to tab this too quickly so the slime creatures become Titanics. I saw how that went. Again, well, the Sentinel's on top of us. There's nothing I can do here. He just decided not to mark us. That was kind of him. More shops. Okay, that's fine. Scroll of Teleports, we have 20 of those, that's fine. Yeah, this is probably on me. We'd already seen multiple shops on this floor. So the better play would have been to finish the floor first before we went and bought all the Box of Beasts. But I got excited. Okay, Great Orb of Eyes is a paralysis monster. Not too scary when it's just slime creatures, but if there was something dangerous around, I'd be very worried. Yeah, because until you know what other shops are on the floor, like this one here. Oh, see there's a Quick Blade for instance. Oh, see that's interesting. Do we want a Quick Blade? There are also 2 potions of heal wounds. We've got 8 of those, so we're probably fine for the moment. Yeah, see the Quick Blade is interesting, right? Because we have 8 enchant weapon scrolls and multiple brand weapon scrolls as well. So we could have a Quick Blade. Well, again, I'm going to finish the floor first because I just told you that would be the smarter play. But that's an interesting decision. I probably shouldn't have put myself in the corner like that. And I did again. Not real clever. Bodies are freezing. We're probably almost finished the floor looking at the minimap. So I'm not going to worry about penetrating the Vault Sentinel. But otherwise, if I wanted to avoid being marked, I would. Yeah. I guess if you just, you know, stuff a javelin in his mouth, he can't speak. I just forget I said that. Alright, Torpor Snail. That's probably a shapeshifter and another paralysis enemy. Yep, there we go. There's the paralysis. Not too scary. And another one. If it's just him. Alright, I'm gonna get the mage. I wish you would remember what I want to do. There you go. Just because he's also a paralysis enemy, potentially. We're 100% getting marked here. So we may as well run back towards the upstairs. Are you coming? You're not? Okay. You didn't mark me. He was coming, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Okay. What else is going on? What are we training? Fighting throwing. Okay, cool. And again. We could train some other things at some point. I think I'm alright for the moment, but arguably we could get Shadow Form lower than a 14% failure rate. If it comes to a life or death situation where you absolutely need Shadow Form to work, 14% chance is a bit scary. We could also train more evocations, because we've now got 4 boxes of base, we've got all these ones, we have more ones that we can buy in shops. Wizard, he's a banished enemy. Okay, so here's the sort of enemy that we probably want to put the other protection from Magic Ring on for. And I remember to take it off again. Wow, even more boxes of base. Alright, another 2 in here, and another Father Floods, although this one's more expensive. More digging, and a sack of spiders. Okay, so we have a lot of evocables. So we could have, what, 6 boxes of base? Yeah. I think there's more evocations in our future. These javelins are awesome. Wizard again. Yeah, I'm going to step around the corner first before I switch my tech. You remember how I talked about how I'm really lazy with Auto Explore? Look at this. Okay, our upstairs is here. In order to get back to it, we have to walk around the outside of the map. That's the worst possible exploration. In doing that, everything from the middle can come get us. So let me stop doing this. Let's go all the way back. Let's see, look at this. Even on our path we're being cut off. All the way back. And we'll explore a bit more sanely, close to our upstairs. Boggets. Perfect javelin enemy. Also perfect singing sword enemy, because they're quite fragile. Can I hit them both? Nope. Cool. It's also handy now you can highlight the summon and it will tell you which summoner made it. So you can specifically target that one. That's a really nice quality of life change. Alright, I'll just step back. And again. Alright, that was a bit risky. I gave him, I think, 3 turns to convoke. Also, let's go do this. There's probably loot in here. And, oh yeah, there you go. There's our free Father Floods. There you go. So, I held out. It was correct. Statues can't regenerate, so there's no hurry to kill it. Free Father Floods. Hell yeah. I did say that, right? Before we went into shoals, that I was not going to buy it because we might find one. Well, there you go, we found one. To be 100% fair, I did try to buy one. We just didn't have the gold anymore. But it worked out. I'm trying to pick up flesh because our Father Floods is now clogging our inventory. Oh boy. Let's drop the one acid one. I already made that decision before. We can make it again. Found 2 Atropa dots. Nice. And I much prefer having a blood shield. It's so good. So, wasn't it my last? What was the last character? I don't know. I remember it having a ledge tang. I was in CSDC, and just you're so much squishier when you have a ledge tang. Oh, my last character was a Vinestalker, not that one. Our first ever, or at least our first for a long time, Scroll of Fear. Okay, we should have that. Let us now ditch the hunting sling and the sling bullets. We don't need it for the cold resistance anymore. We have so many javelins now that we don't have to worry about firing slings. Just throw the polearm. That is a revenant who's quite scary, so he's going to get javelined. This has got to be our crypt entrance. Why is... Do revenants have blinking? Did I know that? I should be fighting these guys one at a time. I'm standing in the doorway, so multiple are hitting us. Okay, multiple are hitting us here, but still. It's better, okay? Reach level 22. They do have... Oh, they blink away. Okay, that makes sense. It's like, I don't ever remember a revenant just blinking on top of me and blasting me with Dispel Undead. That'd make it way scary, but they blink away. Alright, their Ghostly Fireball really hurts if you don't have any RN, and if you're undead, Dispel Undead always owns you. Certainly moved. I was just trying to aim my javelins better. Yep, Crypt Entrance, as expected. This enchant armor goes on our Gold Dragon scales. Comes +8. There's a book of cantrips that gives us Apportation. I definitely don't think we're doing a Radiate. But we can learn Apportation. It can go in our spell list. The spell is impossible to cast. Well, it is with that attitude. I still learnt it, right? Or can I not? Yeah, you can still learn impossible to cast things. Good. Wouldn't be impossible if we quaffed Brilliance. We apparently can't get over where that guy is. So I'm just going to walk around with my magic resistance ring on. I can't get in there at all. It's rock, so I could dig this. We only have 5 digging charges. I'm not going to. Or I could learn Pass Wall, which we actually have, right? No, we'd have to buy it. The Book of Geomancy is in a shop. We'd have to buy it, learn it, take off our body armor, and Pass Wall in. That sounds unnecessary. So we'll just ignore whatever's in there. Onto Vaults 3. I'm just going to go immediately back upstairs because that alarm trap is in a terrible place. I'm going to auto explore back to it. Seems legit. Yeah, that's all fine. I'm gonna try to watch that and explore too stupidly. A fire giant. We have RF, that's okay. This doesn't help us with fire giants though. Our Umbra gives us the ability to not be hit by attacks, but Fireball can't miss. Same for monsters as for us. So we're not going to be dodging that. He's a Shadow Dragon. We have no RN. I have RN. Let's put RN on instead of MR. You definitely don't want to fight a Shadow Dragon without negative energy resistance. Okay, we didn't get a scales. Not that I would have used it, but I did get asked about whether I'd consider a Shadow Dragon scales in one of the early episodes, and my answer was probably not. If you're not aware, they're kind of a weird armor. They're still relatively heavy, but they give you bonus stealth. So if you're trying to be, you know, a decently armored stealth guy, dragon scales work. But my preference would be resistances almost always. And I'm also not the sort of player who values stealth very much. Not that it's bad, it's just that I don't value it. I don't know, I just rather do other things most of the time. So yeah, it's very rare that I would use this Shadow Dragon scales. Oh, there's Jory. It'd probably only really be if, whatchamacallit, I hadn't found any other dragon scales. Alright, Jory is dangerous. He has Crystal Spear. He also has Blink Close. I wonder if can I fully cheese him? Well, at the moment we can throw spears through the Vault Sentinel. Okay, also let me check his weapon. He has a plain greatsword. Okay. We have a Scroll of Silence, so we shouldn't die to his Crystal Spear. Although you need to be really careful of it. Let's have a look. Jory. His Crystal Spear does 3d37, which is 102 damage. That is a lot of damage. No, it's not. It's 111. It's even worse. 111 damage. So you need to be real careful of that. He can comfortably two-shot most characters. And yeah, you have 100 HP left. You're like, yeah, this is fine. And then he just kills you. So if you have a Silence Scroll, you can stop that. But the reason I checked his weapon is because he often still has a good weapon. And you can see he hits you for 40, plus because he's a vampire, he can drain you for another 15, in which heals him. So yeah, just because you can silence him doesn't mean he's not just going to then kill you in melee. But with this time he has a plain greatsword, so it's not too scary. He's also susceptible to being netted, if he even makes it to us. I'm also going to amplify him down the hallway here. Alright, let's throw a net at him. And then while he's struggling to get out, we'll throw more javelins. And I'm doing this slowly because I don't want to get Crystal speared for 100 damage. He stepped out of it. How did he do that? He blinked. Okay, well that's pretty PogChamp. Because he does blink close, so I thought he always comes to you. But anyway, he ran and blinked, and he landed on the one tile without fire. So I don't know if that was random or if he's just an actual god. Cool. Well, we got him. Okay. He didn't fight any Crystal Spears, fortunately. But yeah, he's definitely an enemy that you should always take seriously. Yeah, I probably should have checked that, but there was some chance that we could have been paralyzed by that Orc Sorcerer. I didn't even think about it. I mean, I did, but I was like, it's a Sorcerer. But yeah, no, I could have died if we got paralyzed there. If there was even a slight chance of it, probably should have tried to avoid it. Oh well. It's another one of those episodes where I tell you what to do, but I don't do it myself. Yeah, all too common. Alright, let's get the warden. The warden, please. Thank you. And another one. I'm going to try to step through the door before he jails me. Javelin's good. Throwing good. Sack of spiders good. Not having any slots bad. Why is there an unknown upstairs? I know why, because it's in that little bit that the wizard was guarding. Cool, so we can get in there after all. Which means I should have put my protection from magic ring on first. Whoops. That one, good. And it looks like there's nothing really in here. What a what a worthwhile room to explore. Did we end up going in there? Okay, it's just a little funny room. When you see these little moats here in vaults, that can be an indication that you're going into quite a scary room. There are a couple that have that moat that make you walk slowly through it. And then on the other side are a lot of scary monsters. So then it means that as you retreat, you walk slowly away again as well. Alright, we found more acid. I can't ignore 5 acid charges. We don't need, I don't know, we're walking around with an extra RF ring. We don't need that. Maybe when we get to Zot for Orbs of Fire, but we don't need that in vaults. One's fine. What's for? Final floor for the moment, and then we'll go to Elf. Here's a sneak peek. So the Demonologist is a banisher, hence the extra MR. It looks like an elf pack, so I'm going to leave the MR ring on for the moment until I know there aren't more banishers here. Okay. Looks like not. Fine. It's going to be an elf floor. We're going to do a sneak peek of what Elven Halls is going to be like. Alright, let's get the warden. You don't know what else is behind him, so even if you're not in immediate danger, you want them to die straight away, so you're not locked in with whatever else is there. Hey, more shops. Oh, the +8 orange crystal plate armor. That is a crazy item. +8 crystal plate armor is great on its own, obviously. You also then get clarity, so you can't be confused. Some extra int and archmagi. Well, I don't know how to say that. Archmagi. In any case, it makes your spells stronger. It's 2,500 gold, so I don't think our character is affording that. Unless we find more, acquirement when we acquire gold. But I still think we're probably happy with gold dragon scales for the moment. There's also an amulet of coronation, which looks suspiciously like corona. I did it with my thumb, which you can't see. But if you cover up the TION at the end, it says amulet of corona. I don't know, I just it jumped out at me, it's scary. It's a spirit amulet, has RLX, slay -2, stealth -2, and some extra int. I'm gonna say that's a no. Even if it didn't have the minus slaying and stealth, I don't rate Spirit Shield on Dith or on any character who's worshipping. Oh, let's step around the corner. That's a Moth of Wrath. It's probably a shapeshifter, but all the same. If that makes the stone giants and those other enemies angry, I'm in trouble. Also, why can't I hit anything with these javelins? My javelins are broken. What the hell? Did that guy have like a +6 slay ring or something? We need to kill the Orb of Eyes because that's a paralysis enemy. And again, we should just be javelining. Okay, yeah, this is probably what the Ghost Moth was. It's a shapeshifter. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so with Dith, and there are other gods like this, Brew is another one, we have really big, Zin is another one, really big, expensive escape options. So Shadowform costs 9 magic points. I don't like to have Spirit Shield on gods like that, because the times when you most need those are the times when you're dying, so it means you're going to lose all your magic points, and yeah, that doesn't work very well. That's a plain ring, you can just pick it up. Positive energy, nice. Let's go, humanity, let's stay positive. We can do it. I don't care about an artifact shortbow. Or a Vestibular. Oh nice, we reached level 23, our throwing goes to 18. We're just going to focus throwing to 27. Yeah, maybe. It's pretty good. We should just kill him. I don't know why I'm walking back while we're just going to get corroded. Enchantment. Oh yeah, which reminds me, we have that quick blade, right? Yeah, I don't know what to do about that quick blade. I don't think we need it. Really? Because we can always just throw. I don't know. I feel like just throwing javelins, even at point blank range, will be better than any quick blade shenanigans. The quick blade might be more useful if we were stabbing stuff. Yeah, I knew I was too late. I messed that up. As I started running away from the Convoker in the beginning, it started calling enemies in, but I just kept running away. Alright, so look at this javelin value though. Oh baby. That was awesome. I didn't get any free riposte though, that would have been extra awesome if I was also getting Singing Sword plus javelin value. I can see you if I have on my ring that for some reason I took off. So thank you for pointing that out to me. I would have been walking around with 1 pip of MR. Found another blinking scroll. That looked like a ghost vault. We'll go check that out in a second. I don't really care so much if this guy converts now. He probably killed most other things. Hilarious Death Artist. Wow. He's an actual famous Crawl player. This is seeded, so they're not real ghosts, but it looks like maybe the devs are putting actual Crawl players' names into the ghosts, possible ghosts. Oh, I didn't actually look at him. Has Blink, Animate, Dead, Regeneration, hits for 30 plus Weapon of Elec. I ain't afraid. But I definitely should have checked before I just opened this. I was too psyched about seeing Hilarious Death Artist. I think he might have originally done much of the RC file that I use. He certainly did all of the colors. 14 acid charges? Wow. So yeah. Legend of the community. Alright, Vault's 4 done for the moment. We want to head into Elf. I think we can do like we did here in Vaults, where I just walk around with 2 pips of MR, and whenever we see a banisher, we'll switch to 3. I also know I left acid somewhere. Now that it will stack in our inventory, let's pick that up. Not that I expect we're ever going to use these vocals, but the option is there. Did I get it? No, it's over there. Cool. Let's go to Elf. Do I spend any gold? Probably not. Not just yet. To Elf. Never going to get to Elf. Just checking we don't have a source of going invis, because it's really overpowered in Elf. No, we don't. I should get back on the stair. I could be stair dancing these guys. Ah, here's a banisher. Okay. But there's a bunch of other stuff in the way. Maybe we could just snipe him. This is dumb. I should have protection from magic ring on. I can't throw through the wall. Oh, I got him. Nice. Okay. There's very little point trying to throw javelins at tip off archers. They have repel missiles, so not as hard to hit as the deflecting ones, like those Spriggan air mages, for instance. But they're still annoying to try to hit with range. I'm being hit by a distortion. Am I? Am I crazy? I thought I saw a distortion warning. No, I'm just crazy. Okay, never mind. Can't repel the sound though. Idiot. Alright. The Annihilator is dangerous, but is not a banisher. But like Jory, you've always got to be careful of the Iron Shot and the Crystal Spear. His is 102 damage. I'm trying to think if I want to do the Horde Blades or not. Probably not, right? But I mean, because I'm thinking about, do we want to try to find a double sword? If we got a vampiric double sword, and I mean we just need any double sword and we have multiple brand weapons, that would be a really good item to have. So I don't know, maybe we want to do it? I'm talking myself into it. I'm dying here. Gotta make sure we don't drop below 102 damage. Good. It's a fire elemental. I saw that thing of fire moving, and my first thought was Asmodeus was here. I was about to lose, completely lose it. Asmodeus is an elf. Yeah, let's do it. We might find a double sword, and then we could have a +9 double sword, potentially of Vamp if we get lucky with our brown weapon rolls. Yeah, it's kind of rare I do Polar Blades. Unless just looking for a specific, usually rare weapon type, it's usually not worth it. It's quite dangerous in there, and the experience is not a lot. I'm gonna ignore the hand crossbow, even though it's an artifact. If nothing else, I don't have the inventory slots to be carrying that. Okay, we've done the floor. Okay, maybe I might leave it here. So if you come back for the next one, we'll do Hollow Blades, we'll do Elf 3, and then we'll be heading into Depths. See you all then.